Richard Pryor, widely regarded as one of the greatest stand-up comedians of all time, lived a life as wild and unpredictable as the characters he brought to the stage. His humor was raw, fearless, and groundbreaking, tackling issues of race, relationships, and society in ways that no comedian before him had dared. Yet behind his brilliance was a life full of turbulence, struggles with addiction, multiple marriages, and complicated friendships. For decades, there were whispers about Pryor's personal life, rumors that hovered on the edges of truth but were never fully addressed. That changed when his daughter recently came forward and revealed shocking details about her father's connection with none other than Hollywood legend Marlon Brando. Marlon Brando, the Oscar-winning star of A Streetcar Named Desire and The Godfather, was known not only for his revolutionary acting style but also for his unconventional personal life. He lived without apology, admitting in interviews that he had loved both men and women. Even so, the idea that he had a relationship, romantic or physical, with Richard Pryor was something that left fans stunned. Pryor's daughter's revelation seemed to confirm what had once been dismissed as gossip, that Brando and Pryor shared an intimate connection that was far deeper than anyone had previously acknowledged. According to her account, the two men were involved during a time when both were at the height of their fame. For Pryor, who often lived on the edge and was open about experimenting with nearly everything in life, the connection was not out of character. He had never been afraid of breaking boundaries, whether in comedy or in his personal life. Brando, on the other hand, was equally notorious for refusing to live by society's rules. The idea that these two larger-than-life figures came together, even briefly, speaks volumes about the intensity and unpredictability of their lives. The revelation not only shocked fans, but also reopened conversations about masculinity, sexuality, and the hidden lives of Hollywood's brightest stars. In the era when Pryor and Brando lived, such relationships were often kept secret, buried beneath the public image crafted by studios and managers. The fact that Pryor's daughter chose to speak up decades later highlights the shift in today's culture, where openness about sexuality is more accepted, and hidden truths are no longer as easily suppressed. What makes the story even more compelling is the contrast between the two men. Brando was seen as the ultimate symbol of method acting, a man who redefined what it meant to be a leading man in Hollywood. Pryor was the voice of raw, unfiltered comedy, unafraid to expose his deepest vulnerabilities for the sake of laughter. Their worlds were vastly different, yet in their private lives they found common ground. That connection, though hidden for so long, adds a new dimension to how we remember both of them. Reactions to the daughter's revelation have been mixed. Some fans expressed shock, struggling to reconcile the image of these two icons with the idea of their secret relationship. Others celebrated it, seeing it as further proof of their authenticity and refusal to conform to society's rigid expectations. For many, it humanized them even more, reminding the world that behind the fame and the legend were two men simply searching for connection. For Richard Pryor's daughter, exposing this truth was not about scandal, it was about honesty. She wanted to show her father as the complex, multi-dimensional person he was, someone who embraced life fully, even when it meant living outside of the norm. And in doing so, she also highlighted Marlon Brando's role as a man who, like her father, lived unapologetically on his own terms. Ultimately, the revelation ties together two of Hollywood's most fascinating lives. Richard Pryor and Marlon Brando were both giants in their fields, both rebels in their own ways, and both unafraid of challenging the world's expectations. That they may have shared a bond behind closed doors only deepens the legacy they left behind, one of brilliance, rebellion, and unfiltered truth.